Bay Hill goes back to 1960. When Bay Hill was built, there was 2 paved roads and orange groves as far as the eye could see. And Mr. Palmer was invited in 1965 to come play against Jack Nicklaus and a few other professionals at the time. And he had one of those fantastic golfing experiences where he beat his nearest competitor by more than 6 strokes, fell in love with Bay Hill, and by 1970 he owned it. As far as the course itself, the topography is basically been unchanged for many, many years, maintained, of course, to the highest level. So I think the most unique character is the fact that the history lies here. When you walk on the golf course, you're walking in the footprints of legendary golfers. When you're here, we have 4 caddies that go out with you on the golf course. You might even be lucky enough to get Mr. Palmer's caddy. And these gentlemen are filled with stories of, you know, on the famous hole where John Daly stood and took 16 strokes in one of the invitational tournaments because he was going to hit it over the lake no matter what. And coming into the signature 18th hole as well, where Tiger Woods famously won his tournament last year. And it came down to that last putt. So Bay Hill is interesting, it's challenging, and certainly around tournament time, Mr. Palmer insists that the rough is pretty high because he wants those professionals to land the ball, not just hit it for all it's worth. So Bay Hill requires a good amount of skill once we get around tournament time. What we do great is we make ordinary people feel very special. We make very special people feel very ordinary. At Bay Hill, everybody is treated with just the utmost class and old traditional hospitality. And the people, when you call the reservation department, Mary Ann's been there 38 years. The golf instructor has been here 15 years. It's not uncommon to see people with a lot of longevity here. And what's fun about that is they have tremendous stories. There's stories about Mr. Palmer taking luggage out of people's car when he happened to be going past the front portico, and the people tipped him, not realizing or thinking, wow, that's Arnold Palmer. It's truly an experience and great value for what it takes to get here. As far as being able to come and stay at Bay Hill, what's very different here, it's not a traditional resort. It is a private club. It's owned by Mr. Palmer. He lives here, he eats here, he works here, and very likely if you come to Bay Hill, you'll see him out and about. Not unusual to see him out putting and hitting the balls and participating in the club. The part that is different here is when you stay in the lodge, you become a member of the club for the day or days that you're here. And that's how actually you can come to Bay Hill to enjoy the facilities, the golf, the spa, the golf academy, tennis academy. We have a marina, best bass fishing in the country here as well. So we have so much in addition to legendary golf to offer.